Hello everybody, and welcome to Wounded Healer Tarot. My name is James, and I'll be doing your reading today. This is a collective reading, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't for those who need it. Alright, so we are starting out pretty nice here with the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords. It's giving me the vibe of moving on from a past connection. I'm getting the vibe of it's about goddamn time. Ooh, I'm getting that this individual, they brought out a toxic side of you because they were quite toxic themselves. But with the Page of Wands, it's looking like you're going to be starting over. Yeah, with this Three of Swords, I'm definitely getting, it's like a sort of forgive and forget energy. With this Page of Wands, you're starting a new chapter of your life, and with that Three of Swords, you're letting go of the heartbreak of the past here. Part of that Six of Cups. Yeah, and that's what's going to bring in this offer with the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune here. Now, I'm getting a more like financial / business vibe from this Ace of Pentacles, because it's like, usually once you move on from heartbreak, that's when you start like making room for new things to enter your life, and it doesn't have to replace the situation previous. It doesn't have to be romantic. Yeah, with Judgment, I'm getting the vibe of, you're practicing discernment here. Now you're going to be more, I'm getting the vibe that, yeah, with the Star card, you're going to be more protective of your energy. The Hierophant, you're mastering something here. Oh, Knight of Cups. Now, that paired with the Hierophant is giving me the vibe of like knowing, like now you have a clear vision of the life that you would like to build for yourself. Like to me, like the Knight of Cups here is like romanticizing your life, because next we have the Hermit and the Eight of Swords. Now, I get that you're going within here, but it's more so like that inner evaluation, that inner growth will be getting you out of your head. That will be getting you, you're no longer going to be holding yourself back here. Yeah, because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. And that, to me, is like, your mindset here has changed. You're no longer coming from a place of lack, and that's putting you in a position to where you feel like you can plan for the future now. Which makes that Knight of Cups make even more sense. Now you're able to romanticize your life because you're living it for you. You're not letting anybody get in the way of what you're building here. Which makes sense that we now have the High Priestess and the Strength card. You know, you're so much more connected to yourself, which has you so much more connected to the universe. And that is essentially here what is making it possible for you to see things coming, because you don't literally see them coming, but you feel them, and you're starting to understand those signs, synchronicities, and feelings. And with strength, that's just, you know, that's just you making it through all the bullshit to the point here where you understand these things, learning particular lessons that have gotten you to this point, because now you're in that Emperor energy, and then you have the Two of Pentacles. That's balance. You know, you're no longer juggling, you're choosing you. Which makes sense that we have the Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Chariot, with the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, these are a lot of cards. But yeah, you know, this is all very independent energy. You know, you get to the Ten of Cups, you know, I feel like you get to the point here where you have enough saved, right? With the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, that's speaking to self-love in this situation, in my opinion. And then the Chariot is fast-moving energy. You know, this is you reaching a certain level of success because you've been investing in yourself. And with that Ten of Cups, you know, that's going to attract a family situation that could, honestly, with both the Hierophant and the High Priestess out here, this could attract, you know, your counterpart, like somebody you could end up marrying. But now we have the Page of Swords that just popped out. Let's see. Ooh. Alright, so we have the Lovers, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. So there's a particular decision that you need to make. And I feel like with the Page of Swords, you're doing your research first. You're moving from a place of logic. Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah, I'm getting that you're really investing in, like, I feel like, you know, if you have like your own business or something, like with that Emperor card, with this Three of Pentacles, this could be you, you know, finding, you know, employees. You know, now you're hiring people. You've gotten to a level of success in your industry, in your business, where it's time to start hiring a team, right? But then we have the Seven of Swords. So I'm getting that this is a time of strategy. You know, you're really, you're really in your head, but not in like that Eight of Swords kind of way, right? Eight of Cups, as I said that. Yeah, because you're walking away. You're walking away from people, places, and things that hold you back here, and you're being smart about these next moves you're going to be making here. These, you know, whatever you do from this point out is going to be very well thought out. And that is why we have the Death card. Change and transformation. You're a whole new human. The power of letting go. Oh, Ace of Wands, but somebody or something has ignited your passion here. I knew it was going to come out at one point. We have the Magician and the Page of Cups. Yeah, you know, I feel like you're with the Magician, right? You're manifesting. Here, with the Page of Cups, it's possible that you could be either A, manifesting an apology from somebody, or B, you could be manifesting somebody who is playful, very childlike, possibly even creative. And then we have the sun. Yeah, I feel like you both are going to, as corny as it sounds, light up each other's world. You both are going to, feel genuine joy and happiness when you're around each other. Let's see. Knight of Swords. Fast-moving, fast-paced message here. Somebody is coming in with the quickness. The King of Swords and Page of Pentacles. I feel like this individual will also be moving from a place of logic. And then we have Justice. And this individual, they're going to be moving from a place of logic and a place of being sort of carefree in a sense. Because with Justice, this was supposed to happen, this was meant to happen. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, because this individual, they're sick of feeling like they're on the outside looking in. With the Nine of Swords, they could be telling you that they've had a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights over this situation. Because they see you as the Empress. They see your true worth here. That you're truly abundant. You're, what is the word? You're truly nurturing. They realize that when you're around, what you invest your time, energy, and effort into really grows. You do things the right way. You put in the work. But with the moon, this individual, they're very, they don't know how you do this. They probably have, this idea that it is some sort of, legitimate witchcraft and wizardry. This is the world of Harry Potter. Queen of Wands, they see you out here shining. Since you guys disconnected and you let this individual go, you could have gone through a major glow up here, both in personality and looks, because it's when you go through that inner energetic shift, it will be portrayed on the outside. And that's, to me, what this Queen of Wands here, this is you adapting that I don't give a fuck energy, right? And then we have the King of Pentacles. This individual, they could definitely own their own business, especially with that Emperor card out there as well. But regardless, it's I'm getting the vibe that this individual is coming forward because they are, they're doing very well. They're doing a lot better financially and materially speaking. Their business could possibly be doing a lot better, which is why they are more financially stable and feeling stable enough to come forward here. Four of Swords. Yeah, I'm getting the vibe that you've both gone through quite a decent bit of healing in this time apart. I'm trying not to make this too long. Then we have Temperance. Yeah, you've both taken the time here to transmute the energy of the past and create something more positive for the future. Ace of Swords. I feel like there's been a lot of realizations here. you know, a lot of truths realized, a lot of things illuminated. Yeah, because with the Nine of Wands, you know, it's like this is enough already. Either you want it or you don't. Like, what's the dealio? Yeah, because with the Five of Cups, they're very like they're sick of sitting in this sadness. They're sick of, you know, feeling this disappointment here. Because with the Queen of Pentacles, they clearly see you as their other half, their counterpart, High Priestess, the Hierophant, the Emperor, the Empress, the King and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, because with the Nine of Cups, what's really attracting them here is like, you know, they see you out here really enjoying your life. You know, being truly fulfilled. They see you being genuinely happy. And that, with the Four of Wands, is making them want to lock you down. You know, the Four of Wands, 1111 card, what have you, is, you know, home, stability. Four of Wands, four walls. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. You guys could really be building like something here that's gonna, like, you guys could go into business together, and that's gonna create, you know, your legacy together. That's gonna support your family or families, you know, for a very long time. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers, Two of Cups, and Ace of Cups. You know, loving yourself really makes a lot of difference when it comes to energy and attracting the person that you want. Yeah, then we have the Tower, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Wands. So having that Queen of Wands out here on the deck, another counterpart card, and then we have the Ten of Cups, which is a card of family, and the Tower, which is a card of shaking shit up, surprises, shocks, fun things. All right, these are the messages that I have for you at this time. Now, I do hope they serve you well. Be gentle with yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.